Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my Ramadan Chronicles this period. So today I'll be sharing with you some of the most important things that you are supposed to be doing during this Ramadan season. So with me, I had done some few research and with me, I have some few things like you're supposed to be doing, and I'm gonna take you through to the do's and don'ts during this Ramadan period, and then maybe just finish up with an inspirational quote. So what to do during Ramadan period, that was my first topic. So Salah on time. Salah, you have to pray Salah on time. Prayer is obligatory for us, so we should try. Try is not the word. We should do our best to perform Salah on time, especially now when we're at home during this pandemic season, and not and yet we're not occupied by busy routines unlike our normal lifestyle. So take advantage of this time we're at home, and you find yourself, let's say, around 50 to 75% of your day you're free, and within that time Salah does not take much of your time. Fajr is a 2 rakat prayer, Dhuhr is a 4 rakat prayer, Asr 4, Maghrib 3, and Isha 4. So with us you can take at least 7 to 10 minutes of your time, and 10 times 5, that's just like an hour for a day. An hour for Allah during this holy month of Ramadan is something so precious. So a second one I'm gonna take you through is recite the Holy Quran. Take your time to recite the Quran. Understand what this surah talk about. What does it mean? Quran as it is, it brings immense barakah to our homes. It brings baraka yani, blessings, you see, and it protects us from bad calamities, evil eyes, etc. Everything. Like, it's just, in short, Quran is medicine to everything. Like when you feel like you're so low, kindly pick up your Quran, pick up your must-have, go read it. If you feel like you're sick, if you can't read the Quran while you're sick, tell someone to read it for you. You and the person who is reading it for you are going to get rewards. And then do lots of dhikr. Do simple combinations of dhikr while you're doing chores, cooking, resting. I might be resting and like, you just start Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah. It's simple. That's very, very simple. And then make dua and ask for forgiveness. Make dua for protection and ask for forgiveness as much as you can. Especially make dua and ask for forgiveness mostly after every salah. After every salah you can make a dua for yourself, for your family, and maybe as such a time you can make a dua for our country, for the world, for everyone in the world who has been affected by the COVID-19, or who the family members have been affected or something, or those who have died due to this COVID-19. And read stories of the prophets. Read up on stories of the prophets, the bravery, the brotherhood of the Sahabas, and share with your family. Like, for instance, you can read about Prophet Muhammad. Read, when was he born? At what age did he become the prophet? How many wives did he have? Who was his first wife? What did he instill in people? What you get, such and such. Like, even the little knowledge that you have about one prophet really matters. So when you have a little information about a prophet and you share it out, it will be like teaching. And when you teach the next person will go and teach it out to another person. You see, you'll be doing something great. So yeah, I think that's all for that sector. And then my section 2, I'm going to talk about the do's and don'ts. So I'll start with the do's. The do's that you're supposed to do during the fasting period. You can rinse your mouth. You can rinse your nose and mouth with limited water, but do not swallow. Like, this is applicable during taking your wudu. When you take your wudu in the mouth and the nose part, you can rinse normally 3 times, but then you cannot swallow, you'll have to spit it out. And then you can shower, but swallowing water is not allowed. Applying eyeliner or using eye drops is also allowed. See, applying eyeliner is not something bad, so yeah, you can. Having injections for medical or nutritional reasons is also allowed. That is when you're sick or nutritional reasons, that's something valid and it's allowed. Accidentally swallowing dust in saliva is allowed and does not break your fast. So for instance, maybe you're in a sandy place, or yeah, definitely when someone speaks, they'll have to swallow some small amount of saliva. So that does not break your fast. Like, I've been speaking and I've been doing that, breaking and all. I just can't talk. I'll run out of breath. So yeah. And then testing food, then rinsing it away without swallowing is also allowed. For instance, this happens during iftar time. That is the time of breaking fast. So you might be alone, or you might be, basically you might be alone, and you're cooking maybe for your husband is not back or something. So you can test the food, but then you won't test and let it stay in your mouth. You have to test it, then after testing it, you can rinse it out. Then you can also hug and kiss your partner as long as you do not have sex. This is for the married people. You can hug or kiss your partner as long as you do not have sex during this period, because sex is haram during the month of Ramadan. Then I'll move to the don'ts. You cannot eat or drink by choice, but if you do so accidentally, maybe forgot, or you're forced to, there's some instance. There's a time I was in high school, I was forced to eat, because I guess those friends of mine were just teasing me, but they forced me to eat, but then I had no choice, because my hands all over here, and someone on my throat, and someone putting food inside my mouth. But then I overcame that and things went on well. I did not break my fast. I had to swallow that bit, and I continued my fast. And then if you vomit due to feeling unwell, it won't break your fast. But if you do it intentionally, like using your fingers and inserting them into your mouth, that's not allowed. You can't have sex during fasting period. Like, seriously, nah, you can't do that. Nah, that is haram, totally haram. During this fasting period, haram, capital HARAM, haram. And then you can't chew gum, you can't drink water. That's just the basics. That is something that everyone should be knowing or has already known that. Then smoking is haram. Smoking is totally haram, is not allowed. Brushing teeth is okay so long as you don't swallow your toothpaste. Well, daily routines, you'll have to brush your teeth, but then brushing your teeth, and maybe this happens to some people accidentally, they swallow the toothpaste. That is not allowed, hence making your swaum, your fast, invalid. So you can use miswak, like miswaki, or if you're brushing with your teeth, kindly be careful, because if you swallow the toothpaste, I'm sorry, your swaum will be broken. And then there's some who can go by without brushing their teeth, because there's a hadith. I'll get back to this the next time with my steak in the Ramadan Chronicle update. There's a hadith or a prophet, he didn't used to brush his teeth during the month of Ramadan, because I'll feed in the next, so don't worry. So that marks the end of our Ramadan day 1 for me, but for some is day 2. And then I'll just leave you with this inspirational quote: if Allah is making you wait, then be prepared to receive more than what you asked for. Like, you have a feeling like you've been praying a lot, you've been crying to Allah a lot, then you don't feel like He's answering your prayers. No, don't. Keep on doing what you're doing. Do lots of dhikr, pray on time, read your Quran, read about the prophets, do good deeds, because it's all a matter of being good and doing good deeds. Do all of this, and trust me, it will reach one time what you prayed for, what you wanted will come even more, even double, or even not what you prayed for, but something bigger, bigger and better. So I'm glad I shared this with you today. So I don't have much to say because it's about almost Asr time, I guess, and I need to pray. So guys, I guess you'll be inspired for this, and kindly leave your comments. Let me see and let me hear from you guys. Let me hear from you guys what you want me to say, what you want me to talk about during this period. Maybe what is, maybe you want me to educate you about Ramadan, like generally what you should do or what you shouldn't do, because this was just some breakthroughs, just some few points that I had for today. So yeah, inshallah, God willing, I'll be here daily talking to you about Ramadan and basics about Islam in general. Anyway, have a nice time, people. Kindly subscribe to my channel and follow me out. I'll really appreciate. Bye.